And welcome into our first edition of Nick at Night, a brand new series that we started for you, the residents of Hoover, so you could get to know this gentleman sitting next to me, Mr. Nick Durzis. A lot of you already know his face. You recognize him from patrolling the streets of Hoover. He's been on the police force since 1979 and has been a very active police chief the past 20 years. But now you're ready for a new challenge, running for the city of Hoover mayor position.
I am. I'm excited about it. In about almost 3 months now since the announcement, 2 months to go before the election, and we're ready. We're full bore ahead and looking forward to meeting a lot of new people in our city that we've not met yet.
And here it is Tuesday, so it's a special day for you, right?
Today, the last, I guess, a couple hours ago, I've committed to run for mayor. I've paid my money, I've signed the documents, and we're ready. We're ready to go.
Well, we want to mention to you at home, because he believes in transparency so much, we've got the website at the bottom of your screen. So if you've got questions for Nick, we will have this series going on for multiple weeks so you at home can submit your questions, and then he will answer those questions in future episodes of Nick at Night. And we should also mention as well that we titled it Nick at Night because you have been working full-time and only able to campaign in the evenings.
Absolutely. Until actually tonight, when my last day as police chief for at least a couple of months, I've had to work during the day and then just campaign after hours. So Nick at Night is certainly the appropriate title for this series.
Well, I'm excited you're here because I want the people of Hoover to learn more about you. Let's take them back to your background, where you grew up. Fill us in.
Sure. Born in Berlin, Germany. My dad was a colonel of the military in the Army. Lived in Paris, lived in Washington, D.C. a couple of different times, lived in New York City, Baltimore, Maryland. Really 2 or 3 years max at a location, then we'd move on. But been in Birmingham now for, obviously with the police department, over 40 years, so Birmingham is my home.
I was going to say, you know Hoover more than any other city that you've lived.
No question. We know a lot about Hoover.
And tell me, your wife's got a store here in Hoover as well.
Wife has a store. She's an interior designer. Very proud of her. Does great work. I've got 3 kids. All have gone through the Hoover school system, Hoover High School, and one at Spain Park. Son is professor at Auburn University, even though I'm an Alabama football fan.
We won't tell him.
No, don't, please. Got a hunter that works at a hospital in Montgomery, and a son that just graduated Auburn recently. He's a pilot. So very proud of our educational system in the city. They really set our kids up for success.
Let's talk about this service mind, because you clearly come from a long line of your parents even that believed in service and serving your community. Why is that such an important pillar to you?
Well, it's something, my dad instilled in me when I was young. And I thought about the military at one point, and I said, well, my dad's done it with 30 some odd years, and I really saw myself as a police officer, try to make some difference in our community. When I first started, there were, like 15, 16 police officers, and now we've got 194. So it's changed a lot. The community's changed a lot. We're 50 square miles. It's a relatively good-sized city today.
Well, I want to take a walk, but before I do that, Nick, let's talk about your approach to leadership, because I assume that what you learned and what you taught as a police officer and then obviously as police chief is going to bleed over perfectly in this new role that you're going after.
Sure. In police work, we're challenged literally every day. And when I look at our city today, I see lots of challenges and lots of things that need work. And my leadership style is to get in there and work very, very hard. When I see Patton Creek here, all these empty storefronts, I say to you and to the public that's watching, I'm going to be the economic engine that this city needs. We're going to go out. We know that the malls today have challenges. The Galleria, Patton Creek. But we can also say that with those challenges, there is success. Go over to the summit, try to get a parking spot on a Saturday. So we're going to get out here and work hard. We're going to find out the type of stores that our citizens want, and we're going to go out and aggressively campaign to bring those stores to our city.
Well, let's take a walk, because we want to show everybody at home exactly what Nick is talking about with these empty storefronts. And Nick, you kicked off your campaign here 3 months ago, St. Patty's Day, essentially. Why are we back 3 months later to Patton Creek?
Well, 3 months later, as I said 3 months ago, this place looked very tired. Nicole, let's look over here to your left. Let's look behind us. Let's look forward. All I see is still empty storefronts. This is unacceptable. If you'll go a quarter of a mile in either direction, we've got probably the most heavily traveled interstates in the state of Alabama right here. And instead of waiting for something to happen, when I'm elected mayor, we're gonna make something happen. We're gonna aggressively go out. And when our citizens talk about potentially stores that they would like to see in Hoover, we're not gonna wait to see if those stores come, we're gonna aggressively pursue them. We've got to fill these things up. I mean, this is unacceptable.
You make a really good point that one of the things that you care about is allowing the residents of Hoover to have a voice, to not just let one person or a couple people decide what the landscape of the city looks like.
Right.
Why is that important to you? That Hoover says, this is how we want to live. This is the entertainment we want. These are the restaurants we want.
Well, that's what government's all about. Government's for the people. And this administration has never had a town hall. Our city's almost 50 square miles. So, go out to Greystone and then go out to the Ross Bridge community area. I mean, there's a lot of difference. We want to set up town halls in all of our particular areas, hear from the citizens, see what they want, and then aggressively pursue some of their likes. I mean, we're all here. We all live here. We want this to be a fun place. Why does everybody want to go to Birmingham to eat, right? We've got some great restaurants, but we've got a lot of people that go to Birmingham every weekend. We're going to aggressively pursue restaurants to come. We know that restaurants that come to Hoover will be successful because everybody from Hoover goes to Birmingham to eat.
That's true. And you've got a lot of families here in Hoover. You've got kids that are looking and hungry for entertainment. You look around, sir, at some of your neighboring communities. You've got the Gateway Entertainment District in Trussville. You've got Gardendale booming. You've got cities like Lake Guntersville with a big entertainment district. And then you come to Hoover and do you think, gosh, all the money that we're losing out on that really could be in our city?
Sure. There's, in the past, we had things for kids to do. There were bumper cars, there were go-karts, there were all sorts of things. There was mini golf. All those have disappeared on our landscape. And when I say let's make Hoover again, the standard of excellence, years ago, everybody looked to our city and said what we were doing. And after I'm mayor, we want people to look at Hoover to say, you know what, that's the way it's supposed to be done.
Well, and as we keep walking here, economic development is something that you really take priority and pride in, right?
Yes.
Finding the right people to do the right job, I think, is important to mention.
No question. We've got a great staff at the city of Hoover, but it's not only staff. We're going to put together some world-class advisors, and they'll be a part of the team to help us navigate through these times. And again, it's not only us. All cities today are having issues. All cities today are trying to make the same things happen. We talk about economic development. We talk about malls. Go to the Summit on a Saturday, and you have a problem finding a parking spot, right? Look at the Galleria. Look at Patton Creek. Plenty of parking spots. What we're going to do is we're going to drive that engine, and we're going to start filling up these places. We're going to be proud to have the Galleria back. We're going to be proud to see Patton Creek do something different.
And just in closing, I think you being in law enforcement this long, how do you think that will help you?
Well, number one, we talk to the community. We do things with the community every day. The other thing is relationships. As a municipal police officer and municipal police department, we've got to rely on the federal government. We've got to rely on the state. We've got to rely on all the local. You have to have those communications with others to make things happen. And as mayor, I've got those contacts, and we're going to use those contacts to make sure that we make the most of Hoover and make Hoover Hoover again.
And sir, transparency is so important to you. And for you at home, if you've got questions, make sure to go to the website, durzesformayor.com, at the bottom of your screen, and he can answer the questions in future shows right here with Nick at Night. Now, with that said, I'm going to ask you some fun things, right?
Sure.
Mountains or desert?
Mountains.
Lake or ocean?
Ocean.
Okay, I didn't see that one come. I thought you were going to say lake. Strawberry pie or apple cobbler?
Strawberry.
Exercise or nap?
Exercise.
I knew you were going to say that. I was going to say nap. I knew he was going to say exercise. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Enjoyed it.
It has been such a pleasure. Again, DurzisForMayor.com.
Nick Nite.